Yes, good night, viewers and listeners. Let me welcome you to this another episode of the Saudichress Show. You would have been well treated over the past couple of shows, and so tonight will be no less, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure that you are ready and willing to go the extra mile. And based on what we have in store for you tonight, I'm sure that you all would like to hear. And not just hear, you want to participate with our guests. We should have two guests tonight, still waiting for them to join. But anyhow, you know that the show actually should have started from 8:30. And while we await our guests, I just want to welcome you again. And for those of you who are first-time viewers, a special welcome to you all. I want you to participate to the fullest tonight to give, of course, not just our guests, but the show in general, a little boost. Having Saudi alone doing all the lip service, not so good. And I'm sure by now, some of you probably being tired of hearing the one voice, eh? So you need to participate. We have our calling numbers that we are to use as well. So not just for chatting or for chat, so to speak, but I encourage you to use the WhatsApp number. And tonight we'll just be using the WhatsApp number 876-501-6625. That's our WhatsApp number for tonight. And you can call in at any time, to participate, to say your piece for us to hear your voice. And people, this is one thing I just want to remind you, and I want to ask you generously, hit the like button. It's very important that you like our videos, especially when we are live. That gives the show a moral boost, and of course, with growth, and to show the world that the content that we carry, you people who view them, actually like them. Right now, I am sure 4 persons are in waiting. I've seen you. 4 of you are here, and only 1 person hit the like button. So before our guests come, let us just use this little in-house time to mention these little things. If you have not yet subscribed, if you are first-time viewers, I'm asking you again to subscribe so you can like, share, and even participate in the chat. It's very, very interesting for participation. And without your subscription, without you subscribed, and remember people, being subscribed, just to hit the subscribe button. No sign up required, no money required, it's just free. And you all know by now, those who follow YouTube and those who understand what's going on, it's very important for us to gain that level of success using the subscription. Give us your views. What do you think? How can we improve this show? I'm open up. The Saudichress Show is all about what we do and what we carry on. So, people, this is a Monday night. I'm sure that some of you probably been watching the late Premier League game. I guess it's on Sportsmax. And you're also joining. It's very important. It's very, very important that you continue to show your support to the teams that you love, to the teams that you are faithful for. And so sometimes it's very difficult for us to be at the games face to face. But if you can get a chance to watch it, never mind. But it's important that you stay with the Saudichress Show. It's very, very important. And people, if you have not yet hit the like button, 8 persons in, I should get 6 more likes before our guest arrives. All right? So, based on the invitation I sent you, of course, you should know by now who our main guest is, but I'm sure we'll also be joining by someone close to that particular guest. And we have been doing quite a number of shows as it relates to the Chapelton Maroons people. And so I do understand, and I hope you understand as well, why we take, pleasure in carrying information from the Chapelton Maroons. It's maybe a Clarendon thing, and so we want for us Clarendonian, Hold on a second, please. Yes, sir. All right, Mr. You want a link? You can join me anytime, yeah? Yeah, good. Okay. So, just a confirmation, a reminder to our guests. One of that is. So, again, people, these are some information that is necessary, and we want to take the time out to say big up to our sponsors who are with us from day one, the inception from when we started our streaming back in October. They continue to give support. And with that in mind too, I also want you to bear in mind that the Saudichress Show is growing rapidly. Big up Wayne Ashley. Yes, man, big up. First man in the chat, Wayne Ashley, big up yourself, the general. Make sure you hit the like button too, Wayne. You don't know, you're early, so you have to set the pace. All right, so people, it has been a very interesting weekend as it relates to football. Very, very. Hey, and listen, maybe I should use the word interesting, really. Because for some of us, like myself, it has been a very disappointed weekend in world football for us, especially in professional football, in club football. And I say this to say that, over the past week or weekend, in the EPL, we have seen Frank Lampard has parted company with Everton. And, it's never a good sign that our young coaches have to face the battle, have to face the sword of dismissal. As we all say, the coach get fired. Larry, how you say, man? Big up, my general. Long time to see you for the show. You don't know. Hit the like button, Larry. You just come on. Mr. Lee, ever faithful, ever sure. Good night, Saudi and friends. Respect Mr. Lee, man. I mean, talk about. All right, so we want to continue looking at what took place over the weekend, just to, highlight a few things. And we all know, people, that Frank Lampard, I think this is his second dismissal from a Premier League team. He was dismissed from Chelsea, and now he's dismissed from Everton. I've seen on social media, I don't know how many of you people seen this, where they have put up a picture of Wayne Rooney. And the what was written below was saying that Basil, checking in and out, respect my boss. All right, like the show before you go, my brother. I know your thing set up. All right, thanks for checking in, man. Dallas Harris, bless up Kevin and the crew. Bless up Dallas, maximum respect. And I hope you do like it too, Sir Dallas, our chairman. Yes, so Wayne Rooney, they stated that this is the third team or the third club that he has been relegated. Very, very interesting, eh? Yes, so that's how it is. And, when it comes on to coaches having the bitter end of the stick, people, I must say to you, it's never a good look coming out of a professional scene. And when you listen to the other coaches, they will tell you, no, nobody likes to see a coach get fired. But I can tell you there are some coaches who don't like to see the back of some other coaches. Why? Because of the rivalry that they have. All right? So that I can say is one of few things that some people definitely would like to see the back of a coach. Let me take the time out to welcome one of our guests right now. Is it one? Two. The two of our guest people, they are here. And I'm saying thank you very much for joining you. Let me take the time out and welcome you again to this show. These are no strangers to us or to the Saudichress Show. They were here before, but tonight they are in different capacity. Can you believe? Help me to welcome two official members of the Chapelton Maroon FC out of Chapelton, Clarendon. The team manager, Mr. Charles Killingbeck. Welcome to you, sir. Welcome to the Saudichress Show. Can you hear me? Okay, thank you very much. And we also want to welcome no other than the assistant coach. Why man, like you run Ghana, the assistant coach, Nigel Lenkirai Stewart, the man who faced all the battles while, the Chapelton Maroon were in a little bit of turmoil, if you want to call it that. Thank you very much and welcome, Mr. Stewart Lenkirai, Coach Stewart. Big up yourself and welcome to the Saudichress Show.
Yeah, my respect.
How have you been doing? Mr. Charles and Stewart, I would like for you, if best as possible, sometimes the viewers or the listeners tend to hear my guests low. So if you could just, extend your voices a bit, if that's what it takes. I'm not sure how it is now in the chat. From my side, it's okay, but, well, they will let me know. They always keep me on the P's and Q's. Again, so let me welcome you all. And as you join, there are a number of persons in the chat already. Unseen Sports TV, big up yourself. RR, the teacher. RR is the class prefect, the class monitor and prefect. I tell you, blessings on the right show, Piba and friends. Big up yourself, RR. Leo Face, greetings to the family of the Saudichress Show. Greetings, man. Dallas Harris, Wayne can't do worse than Mark Hughes, who relegated 2 teams in 1 year. Oh my God. Wayne Ashley say, must big up yourself, Coach Lenky. All right, so people, this is where we're at. The manager and the coach of the Chapelton Maroon. What better 2 persons to have here tonight? Gentlemen, we know what last week situations were, and we want to congratulate you officially in trying your best, doing everything that is possible to ensure that the Chapelton Maroons stay in this year's competition amid some threats that we heard that the Maroons may very well be withdrawn based on the sanctions and how, how you people felt, based on how the JFF has dealt with the situation. But guess what? We know you all love football and you decide to continue. So again, it's a very, very good decision that you have made. Now, let me start with Coach Lenky. Coach returned to the Premier League yesterday, a very good result in my estimation. How things have been over the past week? Just give us a little idea. How was it over the past week with you? Coach Stewart, I'm not hearing you. Still unable. Are you hearing me, Coach Stewart? I'm not hearing you from my side at all. Oh boy, I'm not sure at all. It seems like you have mute. Your microphone is mute. I am seeing it mute here, sir. Could you check your microphone? All right. Until Coach Lenky rejoin us, let me go directly to the team manager, Mr. The man they call Charlie. Should I say well known or better known as Charlie? Yes, sir. We spoke long time ago, and I know you love the football back in the Clarendon thing. What have been going on? What has been your input over the past week or so, knowing what had happened with the Chapelton Maroons?
All right. Are we hearing Coach Lenky coming in?
Well, I've not seen him back yet, but I'm hearing you loud and clear. So let us continue until you rejoin us.
Okay, just to say that we all knew what happened like a week and a half ago and so on, and we don't want to dwell on that too much, right? We are tending to look on the way forward. And the way forward is to have a good team that can basically challenge, um, not for the title now, because that wouldn't be an easy task to do, but to basically stay up and not just stay up like in the bottom half, but somewhere in the middle of the league we'll want to come and sit later on. But just to say that we all know what went on, and I think Coach Lenke has done a wonderful job in terms of getting a team together so that we could have played over the weekend. It was a very, very hard task, but I think, in my opinion, and in other people's opinion, I think he has done an exceptional job in terms of turning out a fairly good team so that we could get a point from one of the teams that has been performing top so over the past weeks.
That is so true. I got a chance to watch the replay last night of the game. And to be honest with you, I really was impressed. The guys put up a fight, and the fact that you had such a bitter situation, if you want to call it that, over the week and to return, it looks good. I think the coach has been doing very well rallying around the team or the team members we had prior to the game that was missing. However, these are questions that really want to ask. So, sir manager, Mr. Manager Charles, how difficult it was for you as a manager now to get back the team focus?
Well, difficult, but if you dwell on it too much, you just might not reach anywhere. So we knew what to do in terms of getting reorganized so that we can move on. And I would prefer Coach Lenky um, to answer the technical part of this question. You understand?
Yes.
Because I was actually asked by Coach Lenky, to come and assist in managing the team,
Wow.
and because of the relationship we had, I couldn't refuse it at all. And secondly, to see that the first team from this era went up in the Premier League and things like that happened. I couldn't just sit around and not do anything. So I guess I just needed to be prompted, and Coach Lenky prompted me, and I acted.
Nice, nice. Coach Link, you are back with us. How are you doing now? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
And loud and clear, man. Beautiful. You have
Okay,
corrected your
okay.
issue. So before you went off, sir, I asked the question, how was it for you over the past week or so? I mean, I understand the situation, but how was it for you? How did you really cope? What helped you to manage the situation this well?
Well, it was difficult. It was difficult. I mean, the few players that we had, you know,
Hmm.
they really rally around and wanted to play. So that really gave us the impetus to really push forward and try to get in some other players to help, to move forward.
Okay. So, coach, I did ask Charlie a while ago, but he asked that you really responded to the technical questions, which I want to ask you first up now. From the very first match, the return, what I see is a resurgent of of the Chapelton Maroons. How difficult it was, or how did you get the team to prepare in such a short time for this important match? Or because from my understanding, or what I am seeing from outside, it really takes a while for you to get a squad together.
Yeah, it really it takes a while. It takes some time, But as I said before, with the help of those players that we had that was there.
Yes.
It wasn't that hard as soon as we spoke and everybody was on the same page. And we got in players like Evan Taylor, which I have coached before, and they already know the situation. So each player that came to the club in the transfer window knew what you were up against, and they were ready to work.
So that means the good thing about it, as you mentioned, one player though, am I to understand that you have several players that you would have known or probably know you, maybe from previous jobs or just by acquainted with football?
Previous jobs and acquainted with football.
Okay.
We had two players that I've coached before and two players that know about me from coaching other teams.
Okay. Sir Coach, what is your squad like now? What's the number of players that you have to your disposal right now?
Let's say as from tomorrow, we can have anywhere in about 30 to 32 players.
So as of tomorrow, what about as of now? Or should I say yesterday? What was your squad like yesterday?
Yesterday we had a full squad. We have 18, 19 players. We had a full squad yesterday. But we are trying to get a few more, to add to our roster, and that will take place tomorrow. Final day.
And so the transfer window closed tomorrow.
Tomorrow, right?
So again, all right, in terms of players coming in, what's the most of the contractual agreement do you have? Do you have most loans or players that you were able to purchase, so to speak?
Well, most of our senior players that we have acquired, most of them are on loans.
Okay.
We have a few schoolboys that I think we have 3 schoolboys from William. There are one loan. We have a player from Cavalier, which is on loan. 2 from Arnett Garden is on loan. So most of our senior players that we acquire, they are on loan.
3 schoolboys from out west, so to speak. Or will you be able to manage the schoolboys, especially? All right, a two-part question as it relates to the schoolboys. How will you be able to manage those schoolboys? The fact that they are from William Nib, suspecting that they are so much from between St. Anne, Trelawney and Montego Bay, 1, and 2, the aspect of the schoolboy situation that we faced with some time ago, Chapelton Maroons. What is the different case in this now?
Well, the different case in this, there are 3 boys that I think they are going to, they are in CFC. So I think 2 of them going back to school, but are concentrating now on safety so they can be away from school a little bit as part of what I spoke about somebody who answered it. The school boys, they wanted to come. It wasn't us that went to them, they came to us. So I think it would be a different case with the previous school boys.
Okay. Schoolboys, there any schoolboy from the Clarendon, the parish of Clarendon?
So we have a player from Edenali captain is there. We still have 2 players from Clarendon College. There are no game players. They are not involved in their league of things. So
Okay.
We're supposed to include a kid from Glenmore. And also we are still getting schoolboy to come to the team.
Okay, thank you. So, all right. So back to you now, manager Charlie. This question to you though. I listened to coach and the complement of players that you have, and you have mentioned that you want to stay in the league, not just for compete the lower half of the league, really as it is. In terms of your management team or your structure, what can you say? I'm sure that you would have, or you by now, you at least have persons who have quality to put in as an executive or a management team. What's the complement of your management team like?
All right. To be honest with you, our management team is basically work in progress right now. It was I just came in, and we are actually putting a management team together. So what I have for now, I have one other person, because what happened, I'm trying to closely select persons that I know about the sport, and can and have management skills, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have one a teacher friend of mine. His name is Jermaine Thomas. He teaches at Chapitan Primary School.
Okay.
He's a physical education teacher, and he's also a past footballer from my former team, Spartan Athletic. So he's somebody I know very closely, and I trust him to, whenever there are stuff to be done, I trust that he will be able to do it. But the aim is to have at least about 5 persons, to sit on this management committee, because as I had said on your program previously, that I am not the person that likes to have one manager manage a football team. That is basically impossible,
True.
right?
True.
So I prefer working with a team. So far, I am actually in the process of trying to get some more persons that know about the sport and know about management to come on board. So that is the aim. I don't want to rush and just grab some people, because we need persons. I have to carefully select who I want to work with.
I want to ask a question, but before I ask, what's the name of your the owner of the club again? His right name? Scott?
Michael Scott.
Michael Scott. I must say to you, tonight, earlier in the night, on Sports News, TVJ Sports News, is the very first time I've seen this man. I've heard this name, Michael Cash, for years, and I have never met him. I have never seen his face. Am I to understand, sir, as of now, we will see more of Michael Scott?
All right. So to be honest with you,
Coach shaking his head.
it doesn't make a difference to us running the team.
Okay.
The most important thing is that he is there for the team, and prepares the resource that the team and the ballers might need. As long as we get another, it doesn't really matter to me if he's here or unseen.
Okay. So the owner don't motivate you in that light. The presence of the owner.
No, we're quite comfortable with what we're getting from him.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all right. Let me tell you something. Put it this way. I know him as a shy person from last time. So he's not really a media person,
Okay.
right? But he provides the necessary for the team to function properly, and I think that is what we are more interested in than anything else.
All right. Thank you very much. Before we go any further, let me take a few in the chat. So Wayne Ashley is bigging up Lenky Ryan Charlie. Yeah, man. Wayne Ashley Dave from Morgan's Pass. Donald McPherson, Shangul. Big up Saudichress and the fans. Yes, sir. Tamika Hall says good night. From Gregory Messam, Coach Lenky. How you doing, sir? All is well. Where is your your sidekick, Father Blacks? Lenky, you want to answer that one right now? So Gregory Messam again. Our skipper. All right. I haven't seen the skipper yet. I don't know what's happening. Maybe him get a red card. All right. So Gregory Messam saying, Sir Charlie, bless up yourself. RR, Leo Face, Mr. Lee, Gregory Messam, blessings, sirs. All right. Leo Face, what was the score of the Maroons game yesterday? All right. It was 0-0. Sir Leo Face, 0-0. I think it was a very favorable game coming back, All right. So, Mr. Lee, big up RR. Gregory Messam again. Sir RR, you know the Shreps, my G, of course. Christopher Worrell, good morning. Come like him gone down under again. I wonder if because Chelsea I get so much beat up, morning become night for him and night become morning. Lenky, what you think?
Man, there's a problem with time,
I've been asked nothing, a Charlie big defender too, Mr. Lee, chop my boss. Ah boy, the phone is ringing already. So we have a caller as we talk about the skipper. So we have the first call online. Good night, Trevor, Skipper Wittick, you're alive.
Hey, Saudi, good night, good night to your guest, Lenky. Good night to your viewers, your listeners. I've been on the show for a few. I've been even listening to the show for a few. I mean, I listen after the actual show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Trevor, before you go any further, we have manager Charlie online too, on set.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Killenbeck, bless up yourself, Mr. Killen.
Respect.
Yeah, man, respect, man. I see. Wait, what is this? Are the dream team? I can save the Maroon. Yeah, but interestingly, I've seen the result of the game yesterday, and it's very encouraging from my point of view, knowing that, the shambles one seems to be in a week ago. You know what I mean? So if you come and play the first game after that and get that draw, it's a very positive result for me. You know what I mean? And as the Maroon North Carolina team, we have to root for cause definitely when I represent the whole of North Carolina. I want to see the North Carolina team have a long stretch in this Premier League. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, that's true. They need all the support, Skipper.
No doubt, man, no doubt.
I wonder if you'd prepare to fly down to watch them in the playoffs.
Possible, but you go. You fear them is a way nowadays, so some December you fear me I see all over the place from now on. So
yes.
challenging, but of course if we have to be down there, you know what I mean? Yeah, man.
Okay, that's the spirit. True Clarendon, man.
Think Skippy Dippy, man, I make him sponsor a film, man. Skippy Dippy have it like that. You know what I mean?
So what about the PRO? The plane man?
The plane man, in a jersey thing, plane man. You have to go wear a jersey with that, another kind of thing.
Alright, sir. I tell you. So Skipper, why you can't be on the show, man? You're busy?
Yeah, busy, man. You don't know the thing, man. Winter time, people need heat, so you know what I mean? If you're out and about.
I tell you.
Yeah.
People, this is a man who run, this is a part of the partnership, nose and toad heating and cooling system. A part sponsor of the show as well.
To Linky or Mr. Killenbeck, I hear you guys go up on a recruiting drive last week. I was told one day somebody was driving past the grounds and it called me and said, yo, look up at Maroons, about 40 odd man up there. So, you know, them can share with us how much we get up.
Go again, Charlie.
It was like more than that, man. It's 40 plus, maybe another 20.
Wow.
Which is encouraging. It's encouraging, because so the youth, they want to play the football, they want to represent. So that's very encouraging.
Yeah, man, I tell you, trust me, I think the trials work out, man. Man, we're able to feel a good squad.
So those participants that turned up for the trial, are they just Caledonians? Are they from all over the island?
All over.
Nice. Yeah. And I think I saw some pick the people where I say the Brazilian on the ground. How is that working out?
Just started working.
Well, today is it's first day. It's first training day. Because he just flew in today. I honestly didn't expect him to be on the field so soon, but you know, as the saying would go, he hit the ground running.
Nice. Well, we have to big up. I want Mr. Cash and listening. We have to big up Mr. Cash. You know, I don't know this gentleman, but he's doing big things, and we have to big him up and for bringing in an international coach at this level. It all goes well for Clarendon football. You know?
Definitely.
Mr. Cash are the real big man, Trevor.
Yeah, man. Respect, man.
Yeah, man, I saw his face tonight for the first time, Trevor.
Blocks. I didn't see Father Blocks in the pictures at the game yesterday. What happened? He only can attend the midweek games.
Lenkira, you need to answer that, you know, because you're on Black Spar. Let me hear it now.
I've seen the agents get rid of it.
You hear that, Trevor?
I understand he's a busy man on Sundays, so I know it kind of be a challenge for him to make it to game. So, you know, I hope he's showing up at the midweek games, if there's any.
Let's see.
Yes, I.
But the next question though, I'm still don't wrap my head around home games or venues, special venues. Is that still the case where they only have certain venues to play these games? Is there any chance we're gonna get any game up by Turners there before this season or even next season?
Maybe next season. They started the second round will be fair at the team's venue, but we didn't prepare for that because they had special venues. So along the line, the card changed.
So they move the goalpost.
So now,
Is it the rules in our nigga season?
at their first game.
Yeah, but honestly though, it would be a joy if you know the Maroons can play some games, bring Premier League to North Clarendon. You know what I mean? I can see a big, huge support from football fans in North Clarendon. Trust me.
Well, the facility is basically prepared to host home games. I understand as the school said, you know, they had special venues that were intended to run the season, but somewhere along the line it changed. So I really actually prepared to host home games, and it will take a lot now to prepare to have a home game.
Okay. Yeah. So how is it now? How is it the structure? I know. I think I hear Charlie and one of them PBA wall talk about restructuring and all of that, which obviously need to be done. Based upon the problems that you found yourself in regarding the lack of availability of the schoolboys them at the start of the season. You know what I mean? So I guess looking forward, I think we're gonna really need to put the structure in place where that not happen again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what happened, you know, I don't think what happened could have been avoided because I have never seen a case where a coach was fired and that his sole intention was to take away as much money as possible. I've never seen that before. No, I mean, some players will follow coaches, but I've never seen in this magnitude, you know, of exodus of players behind a coach. But we have to know where it came from. And as I say, we're not looking back, you know. It doesn't profit us to look back at it. Right now we're just steering straight ahead And as you said, somebody told me that we had what, two trials, Coach Lenky, right? We had two trials last year. One trial was about 70 players, and we had another
Wow.
trial Friday. Maybe there was about some 60 odd players same. So a lot of players
Wow.
are actually showing interest in the team. And,
That's
and,
a good
and
thing.
I must tell you that more than half, maybe 70% of the players were from outside of the parish, just to show the amount of interest that was there.
Wow. That's good. That's good.
All right.
I think in terms of the transfer though, if we didn't act so late in terms of getting players in, we could have gotten some, in my opinion, some better caliber players, because the previous coach was in charge until about the middle of the month, or a bit past the middle of the month, and didn't recruit one player. So you can just imagine, the last few days we had to to try to get some players to fill the gap.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. But I'm like I say, it's very encouraging with the result when we hear. I don't know how performance. So, Coach Lenky, how was the performance yesterday? Knowing that you pretty much put together a new team.
It was good. It was good, because those guys trained together for maybe about 4 or 5 days. So it was good. It was good. The result could be a better result if we add every pieces together. But such is it. Such is it.
Okay. Yeah, man. But finally, I wish the man them the best. As I learned, I don't know if that's correct, that there's not gonna be any team going down this year. So I think that's a good thing. You know what I mean? You don't have to under the pressure of getting promoted if that's the case. And it's a good platform for build on, you know what I mean, for next season. So wish him and them all the best, man. And I'll be following you guys very closely. We're watching the games and the one that made available to us here.
Thank you.
Hey, Trevor,
Yes, sir.
make sure you find some time Friday night, because you have to co-host this show,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man. The way you come and take on the show, I don't want to ask them only a question. You have to go play a co-host role next Friday. So prepare yourself here, sir. Work hard from tonight up to Thursday.
Yeah, man. Anything goes, anything goes. And I will help wherever I can, you know what I mean?
All right, my bro.
Yeah, man. So give a thanks, man. And, we're up on the run. So,
All right,
yeah,
my
man.
bro.
Again, all Mr. Killenbeck. You know what I mean? Keep doing a good job representing that Clarendon.
Blessings. Yeah, thanks.
All right, Trevor. Maximum respect, man. Thanks for your contribution. All right, so you see, we have to use him as a co-host, people. See him take over the show. But he has not been on the show for a while, So I give him the opportunity. Hey, people, guess what happened now? There are so many information in the chat. And I think it's only fair that we have so many persons also on the live. And we only have 9 likes tonight. Come on, man. Hey, I watch some show, and I say some host tap the show completely, until the likes go up, We are one family. Me not really going to stop the show them, but me going to continue to ask that you hit the like button, people. Come on, man. Thumbs up. I would say sanitize the hand and go. All right. So we were in it, and we have from, oh my God, Gregory was saying, Pated, go on to your bed or visit over forum. I look like him gone in bed for you. All right, RR, cool no bro. Listening on the principal interviewing Coach Lenky, taking notes. One day I might just join the panel. All right, RR. I'm send a long time I send you the invitation now, RR, and pick it up, See Trevor accept the co-host, so think about it, my brother. All right, Terry, man called Gibbs, good night to the show. Blessings, my youth. Mr. Lee, Miss Sam, cool no man. Big up yourself, my boss. And are as well as sanitize. Them still are ask, all right, the likes are jump, the likes are jump. Very good people. That's the spirit, man. That's the spirit. We can't have a guest them just there here, so no, like up the show. We are chat about. All right, so Gibbs is saying, what's the expectation now that the Oliveira and his assistant are in town? All right. So hold that question. You hear the question, Linky, right? And manager?
Yeah.
All right, hold that, because I want your answer, but let me just take through a few of the chat because I had that question in mind as well. So, Bob come back. L.A. Lewis is the assistant manager of the Maroon team. No, sir, I don't know the Maroon crew yet. Our Brazilian coach in the hills. Wow. Gregory Messam, ha ha ha. Post wouldn't allow him to travel, Sir Skipper. All right. Skipper, joy of this washing liquid, my G. Messam, easy, man. The biggest coach hired by a local club. Big up, Mr. Cash. Why name said it all? His name said it all. Well, here comes Neil Williams praying for you, the Chapelton Maroons. How close are you going to be, Skipper? I don't know. I hope him come back and answer. Last one, Mr. Lee. Is any truth to that Maroon are building a stadium in Maypen area? All right, so that's the last question. All right. Let me take this one from the manager. Surprise, surprise. The Oliveira is here and started the work. Up to yesterday, Coach Stewart was the interim coach. What is it today? Is it your assistant coach? Or should I ask, is the Oliveira come with a team?
Or should I answer that now? Alright. What happens is, as I said, everything in terms of me getting into the whole team was kind of a rush thing, right?
Yes.
So I am just a few days old, just like some of the ballers in that just came in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In terms of the structure of the technical side of the team,
Yes.
I am not sure how that will go as yet. Maybe Coach Lenky might be able to shed some more light on that for now, until I get everything straight. But I am not able to speak to that presently.
All right. So, Coach Lenky, are you still the assistant coach? Or one of the assistant coach?
One.
Okay.
They wanted two assistants. We brought one, and I am the assistant.
Okay. Very, very good. Hey, Lenky Roy, may I tell you, trust me, I'm proud of you, youth. I'm proud of you because not just as a coach who have, move up the ladder so quickly, but the fact that you are so firm as a coach. I'm sure if you never love the coaching thing, maybe you would have joined me as a podcast, But saying that to say people, and this is what I want to share. I don't know if Lenky would agree with me or if there's something that I should really talk about on the show. But I've seen Lenky work with a lot of different coaches. And I never hear this man complain. Never hear Lenky Roy complain. And I've been Lenky, I don't know if I should tell the people say everywhere you go coach me for life. Lenky is following one of his top coach in Jamaica today, moving around very fast. But me understand is the nature of the job. But the fact that you have not complained, and I'm sure that you will learn a lot from this Brazilian coach. And this man is not just a cup coach, he's an international coach, if I am allowed to say that. So based on today now, Lenky, how the training started? Did the training session started before you arrived, or you arrived just in time to start the session?
We all knew that today we wanted to meet you guys and really start, we already
Yes.
So most of the guys wouldn't be training as much today. So he had a little talk with them. Then we have a little recovery. And the other guys that didn't play or didn't play as much, he did something with them. So it was a easy evening.
Okay, nice. All right, to the other question, I don't know which one of you will take it, but Mr. Lee asked the question, is it any truth that the Maroons are building a stadium in Maypen?
You want to take it like it?
Yeah, man. The boss has tried, try to think. So in the future, with God willing, they will be.
In all honesty, I would have hoped that you said no, Lenky. I am not too happy about that, because if the Chapelton Maroons move to Maypen, I guess we're gonna change the name as well.
They will still be in Chapelton, so to speak, because we will still training in Chapelton in Bernal.
I guess you are just hopeful like I am at this point. I've seen where Hazard United leave to Portmore and then the name has changed.
Well, that name will never change.
Or should I say move to St. Catherine first?
No, I was saying I don't believe that the name will be changed. Right? There's
Okay.
a history behind the name, and I don't think that will change. And secondly, honestly speaking, where we stand presently, it is not big enough for a international field, and not big enough to do stands and so on. I think you have to stands to meet people standard. I think you're
Yes.
2,000 persons, right?
Okay.
Based on the era that they want to, or they have started to build up that stadium, it will meet all people requirement for seating, press boxes, anything that a stadium should have.
Okay.
We're trying to meet all of those standards. So it would be maybe the one and only stadium in central Jamaica, put it that way. Right? With all of the first class facilities.
Okay. Mr. Manager, I wonder if I could apply for a job at Chapelton Maroons. Do you have any media personality presently in your setup, sir?
No, not presently.
All right. The Saudichress channel is available. Also the host. People, come on, man. Continue to hit that like button. We have 16 verses and only 13 like. I can't get an answer from that one, people. Because, it is highly... Pardon?
I would not be able to answer that question presently. Like, regardless of being a management team, I would suggest we know the team. That would be a difficult question for us.
But I have two producers online right now, Mr. Lee and RR. So they will be looking out. And they will be contacting you.
The most we can do is if you could attend a few of our games and maybe an introduction here and there, I never can tell what can happen from there.
You see, Charlie, let me tell you, remember we spoke and I said I'm waiting for that grand day that Chapelton Maroons play in Chapelton. Remember?
Yes,
That was I was waiting. That I was waiting for it. But now you had broken the ice to let us know that no games will be playing at Turner's. However, I am prepared, sir, By the way, where you have the next game Sunday?
It's supposed to be a Monday night game.
A Monday night game. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But you're getting a lot of TV games, man.
That is the beauty of not playing at home.
All right, sir. I work along with that. Let me just take a few. People are asking for 3 more likes right now. Thank you very much. Hey, listen. So far, in my analysis right now on screen, 62 persons already views throughout. So we are not yet 1 hour, but we got 62 views. Presently, we don't have so many persons currently viewing, but we should have some more likes. Come on, people, man. Give me some likes. Make the thing run. All right. Listen to this question. Boy, Gregory, not easy, man. Gregory Messam. Whoa, is there any looking for a celebrity coach? Link, you want to answer that one?
Yeah, the contact for Blacks. Contact Blacks.
Oh, Blacks is the celebrity agent?
Right.
Okay, all right. You hear that, Messam? Thank you. All right. So, Lee, the question was answered, No name change. No Maypen Maroons. There is a history behind the Chapelton Maroons, so that will not change. All right? That's what the manager says. All right. So, Gibbs is saying, keep learning, Coach Lenky. One day you will manage your own team. My God. You hear that, boss? That's how the people respect you. Christopher Worrell, Mr. Charlie, are you open to manage Edwin Allen football team this year? Question, Mr. Charlie.
Why the man try to put me up on the spot now? All right. Let's put it this way. May I practice?
All right. You hear that, Bob?
May I get good practice on my roads?
All right. So you're an intern now, sir. So he's an internship, right? So he will talk to you later on. All right. So why the thing I move so fast? Gregory, you again. Yes, he is, Sir Sadi. He coached me after Jesus save cut. So I understand. So when they cut Jesus saves, it was the Olivier, right? Yeah, true. Good coach. Good coach based on, some history. I hope that, as he mentioned earlier tonight, that he is not a magician, right, Lenky? Lenky, some far. I guess him no understand say Maroons him a deal with it, So magic work at the Maroons. At Chapelton. Or it's only a compound it work. Alright, so RR, you again my boss, was the coach on the market while JFF was hunting? We don't know, but so we'll do some work and get back to you. Gregory, all right, no, Lascelles come first. Greetings to Saudichress and host. Big up yourself, Lascelles Bongo Thompson. Messam again, Maypen will work. No change of name necessary, Sir Sadi, because in the UK or even here in the US, their training facilities is quite away from their stadiums. Okay, good. Maypen and no playpen. Keep it at Chapelton, Old Capital. That's what RR is saying. All right. So what we're saying now, Mr. Manager and Coach, we have gone one game, or you have gone one game in the new Chapelton Maroon. And so, based on the prospect, you would have had a meeting, maybe a short meeting today after your game. I don't know how you do it, Coach, but what's the real feeling like from the boys? You would have enjoyed it much because you have put in a lot of work in 4 days. And of course, getting a draw. Again, all your games will be away from home anyway. And I think it was a big game. It was a televised game. I mean, that would have put the players under some amount of pressure. How did they feel after the game?
Well, they were relieved, As I said before, having 4 or 5 training sessions with a group of guys that they have never played with and to put up a performance like that. After the game, everybody was relieved, and now we're ready to go again.
Mr. Coach, do you have a statistics in or a statistician on your team right now? Somebody who
No, we don't.
you don't.
Presently, no.
Okay. No, just think, I mean, how well you feel in terms of the different aspect of the game. Let's break down the game, so to speak, now. I said I watch a few, I basically watched a match last night. I was trying to get something that I saw last night on it, but I missed it this morning. You know, I really wanted to get to see if I was seeing very well. Somehow, coach and manager, to me, the forward line, so to speak, was not so, I don't want to say clinical, but you know, I could see there's a difference, and it shows that the chemistry wouldn't have been there between midfield and forward, so to speak. Which aspect of the game yesterday you felt let you down?
Well, as I mentioned, attacking, that really never did justice to us. The player that played the number 9 position, he's not really a foul. So that really showed yesterday that he wasn't really a number 9.
So I guess your two number 9s are yet to sign.
I hate to say. Well, we had our number 9, our only goal scorer. He's one of the guys that got sick. They're
Yes.
still recovering.
Okay. And I'm sure that you would have been impressed with your defensive line, the fact that you haven't conceded.
Well, truth to be told, that was one of the position that we spent a lot of time on. You know,
Oh, we have lost Coach Lenky before again, and hope you'll join back soon. Yes, he's here. All right, Coach, you're back with us. Continue. But you're back without audio, sir. We're not hearing you. Can try now. Right now I'm seeing you mute online. Are you hearing me, Lenky? Oh. Well, I don't know why I'm not hearing you. But now and again, I see your microphone, your mute microphone flash on the screen now and again. All right. So, Mr. Manager, you know, I don't know if I was really too critical in the game, looking for these little things. But you were at the game, and, you know, I think I understand a little of how Coach Lenky coached. So maybe I was looking for a particular type of play. Coach, you're back?
yeah, man.
All right,
You hear me
good.
now?
Yes, loud and clear. Yes, so you were saying that you did a lot of work defensively.
Yeah, defensively we did a lot of work, so that took away a lot of other things. You know, took away a lot of position, you know, a lot of playing and going forward and stuff like that, because the time wasn't enough, you know. So we're trying our best not to lose the game. You know, we don't really have to win, but we're trying our best not to lose the game. So we spent a lot of time organizing defense. So as I said before, that took away a lot of time. If you notice, we weren't possessing the ball the way, you know, I like to see my team possess the ball and stuff like that, because we didn't have a lot of time to practice in every year.
No, man, trust me, I don't know. I have a knack for these things. I saw it and I realized, and, you know, I do understand that, trust me, there's no way any coach, any team could get that right in 1 week. Not at all. I understand if you're just trying to work on a particular weakness with your same team over time, but not with new players per se. The game played at Jaxal though. Do you believe that the pitch itself, has anything to do with how you play or how the match went? I've seen a little.
Well, it has something to do. Because remember, that Jackson is a very wide pitch. It's a very wide pitch, and there's a lot of area you have to cover. So
Yes.
we have to be cognizant of the fact that we can't be running, and we have a few players that wasn't up to par pertaining to fitness wise. So we have to be playing, in a means of conserving for the rest of the game.
Yeah, man. I think the last half was a bit reserved. So, I don't know. But though, coach, as a coach, so to speak, your training facility may be much smaller than, let's say, a Jaxal. But how will you be able to capitalize on that? How will you be able to remove or get the team to play on a wider pitch per se than that of what you're training? Put away the fact that your team was unfit or not gelling yet.
Well, that is one of the most important part of it. To play on a big pitch like Jaxal, you have to be fit. And now that we have like a bit more time, we have now until Monday before our next game, so we can prepare a better plan, to bring us through on Monday.
Where the match will be played on Monday? Is it JC or Arnett?
The venue yet to decide.
Okay.
It's between JC and Arnett.
Okay. What is the feeling like from the Chapelton Maroon faithful, your supporters back down there in Turners? What's the feeling like coming from? Do you get people watching the training since last week?
Well, since last week, I've been here since October, and since last week was the first time I saw anybody watching the training.
So, but Lenky, that sounds like out of bad come good. Because that situation probably would have propelled people to come and see what's happening.
Right.
Because the question now that I'm about to ask, so this one is for Charlie. As a manager, what are the plans for you to get supporters to the Chapelton Maroons? Maybe, I'm not too sure. Maybe you could look at it or tell me what was it like in the qualifiers or tier 2 competition in terms of support or fans.
Well, in terms of persons watching the games, in the support wasn't bad at all. Because what happened, you see, Chapelton and its surrounding areas is basically a season support ability, right?
Okay.
And because the season all of those were there, it was automatic that those same supporters came out to watch their footballs.
Yes.
In terms of them playing the National League, you would have had some of those same supporters coming out to watch. But you know what it is. If a team keeps losing, the support will dwindle down to nothing.
True.
And that was what was basically happening. As Coach Lenky said, after a while there wasn't much persons, coming out to watch the training or so on. And since as you rightly said, since last week, persons have started coming out to actually watch the training. But I think with what has happened over this weekend, I am figuring that come next week, it will be a different situation in terms of persons coming to to watch the training and people turning out for the game. Because remember, eh, for the most part, every time Maroon went out, they came back with a loss. So people got disheartened.
True.
So to see that they lost so much players, they lost a coach, plus and the fact that we basically put a team together in such a short time and getting a result like this, coming back home with a point away, it says a lot, and I think it is encouraging. Plus the fact that Coach Oliveira is here too, that will also, get people's interest bubbling again, want to come out and see what Coach Oliveira has to offer. And overall, I think it will be good from now on.
Okay. So, based on the issues that we have, we're not really going back there, but based on the issues that we have, is that behind you completely now? Are there still some trials for you to turn up to some sort of court of JFF arbitration?
Well, we don't know of any trials. What happened, JFF acted swiftly and handed down their sanctions. not even 24 hours. Not even 24 hours after the game was supposed to be played. I think it's the swiftest I ever seen.
Yes, it is.
A court, before and the crime committed by
you were charged. But have you?
But I think it was poor on the JFF part where I believe everybody should have a chance to speak for themselves, right? But my opinion is that I feel that the JFF did not want to have a court hearing per se with Maroons, because Maroons did so much things to highlight what was happening at the club and try to get the game postponed and so on. And there's a paper trail to show that, all that was happening there. And JFF basically refused to honor anything. So I think in their interest, it was best for them to act the way they acted. which would not gone down well with nobody at all.
So is there any other communications for the way forward? Are they willing to give you a listening ear? Or they stand by their sanctions?
Well, based on what I'm doing, they stand by the sanctions.
Okay. All right. I wish you all the best on that.
I guess what was meted out to us was swift, what you call swift justice.
No time to react. No time to plea. I tell you, that was really, really rough. I said it. I think there should be some window, giving you a chance to give your side of the story. I mean, even though you have written letters, and so on. One thing though, Lenky, I must ask this question because I heard it out there in the press. And I heard that one of the reasons why JFF never really look or consider your letters or your excuses, every time that you communicate to JFF, you use a different story. And I said you not because it's you, not Nigel, but Chaplain Maroon, so to speak. Is there anything like that? What are the different stories surround that? Just want to clear the air. Oh, Nigel, gone again. Coach, you're gone again, no sound. Come like coach have him computer and a network, and I'm alone I work that network. No, honestly, you know,
Just want to respond a bit until Lenky gets back.
yes.
You see, in my opinion, if I throw a stone and bust your head,
Mm-hmm.
I will give a reason why I bust your head, don't.
Yes,
And I'm going to try to convince you,
that is so.
convince people why I had to throw that stone and bust your head,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that is the case with JFF. JFF have to find a reason, you know, why they did not consider a hearing or anything like that.
Yes.
Because all I knew of was that there was not enough players, and those players that would have been available, a number of them were sick. I have not heard anything else. Maroon did not complain about anything else apart from that, because we all know or have an idea how much players we lost when the coach was fired, right?
Yes.
And they all know that you know there was not enough ballers, and we had to try to find some ballers. And they all know also, because it was on their request that when they were told that the guys were sick, it was their request for us to send um, documents to show that yes, the guys were sick and so on. So all that was produced to them. So I don't understand the many stories. But as I said, and I repeat, if I throw a stone and burst your head, I can't find a reason why I did it. You understand? So
So they had their reasons.
find a reason why they did not consider having a hearing.
Okay, okay. It's really sad. It's really sad, and you know. So coach, you're back. Come, Nigel, speak out. Let me hear if you're back with video but no audio, my friend. By the technology sometimes. All right, so manager, I know that we're strapped for time, and I really want to get through this very soon to let you go and get your rest. Now, the fact that we're now 12 games, right?
Yeah.
We are 12 games in the competition, and I don't think you're really, as you mentioned, looking to win the Premier League. But the truth of the matter, based on the competitive nature of the Premier League now, what we are seeing, because I don't think that all the teams, they are not playing at the same level, but I don't think teams are far ahead of others. What now is your goal as it relates to real placement? Where do you set your goal? And I'm going to ask you that widely, or because maybe, I don't know if you had a little meeting or sharing with Clovis. You know, what I heard him, he knows the culture of Jamaica. He understands how our players function. So, you know, what is the sort of goal as a club do you have?
Well, naturally, we definitely wouldn't want to finish bottom of the table, right?
Yes.
Um, Apart from that, realistically, because we were 11th, right? We were 11th before we lost those 6 points. So we were well in striking range of coming, say, mid-table.
Yes.
Based on the point standing, because if you look at the point standing, there wasn't a wide margin between, say, net and 6, right? And there was a wide margin between 9 and 14 heaven. So if we started to pick up something without losing those 6 points, we would have looked extremely good. Now that we have lost 6 points and at the bottom of the table, I would what Coach Lenky has in mind input from Coach Olivier. I strongly believe that we could end up somewhere in the top half of the league.
Okay. What say you, coach?
Are you hearing me?
Yes, man. You are allowed now. You are good to go.
Okay. That is something I spoke about. Yeah, man. We spoke about as Charlie said, finishing in the top half of the table. As I say, we certainly don't want to finish in the bottom half of the table. So, progress, and we only can get better.
Coach, I know that you have been motivating the players well over those couple of days. But what are the strategies from a club point of view, maybe from your manager, from the owner? What sort of motivational strategies do you employ now so to help these boys to keep their head level and to look forward to a bigger prize?
I mean, it's funny that that's not understand because it's the other way around. when the boss brought to withdraw the team,
Mm-hmm.
it was the players who motivated the team.
Wow. You mean the 7 players you got?
So it's the other way. The 7 players would have got the sick ones went up by the house and speak to him. He was adamant he was going to withdraw the team. Not even withdraw, like he was just stop. Don't say anything to anybody, just stop. Yeah. And it was the foot. And motivated him. You know? And he had a change of heart.
My God. These players are committed. So, now that you have played a game, and I see, I saw Mr. Cash on TV for the first time. Any sort of incentives?
Yeah, lucky.
Hey. So, I mean, I'm getting back to this, Mr. Cash, but are there any incentives being given or promised to the players going forward? Manager?
I think maybe there will be a meeting to organize whatever incentive or whatever it is going to be to really to improve and you know get their mind up and ready again. So maybe further down in the week or maybe next week again, maybe Charlie can give you an update on that.
I asked the question because I suspect there was no incentives before.
No, there was not.
Oh my God. You see, say you need me for your team, Charlie. Me I work close, man. And it's just a feeling. And I'm saying this to say because the way those players who had left, you know, I knew the impact of Coach Hyde and the players. But, you know, I wonder if there was any form of incentive, especially knowing that these guys wouldn't be paid per se. Well, let me not even say that here, sir, because sometimes some things that we don't know, but just my judgment. Just my judgment. You know, so if you incentivize these things, then players tend to look forward for these things. And sometimes it doesn't have to mean much, but it's very important that we put something on the table for youngsters. That's just, you know, my view on the reality. Don't, manager? And I'm sure that you are looking down that road.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Now, technically coming through, there are some lot of chat, and people don't just forgive me. I'll get to the chat. I really would get to the chat, but just give me a few minutes because the coach and manager have burning issues. I don't sure if they have another interview later, but you know, this is the Saudichress Show, you know. And if they jump off, go to another interview, you know, I will put fire, we're going to burn for them. But we have to allow them to get them rest for work tomorrow. Yes, because I see this in the chat and I really want to ask the question. Coach Lenky, what is the system that the Maroons play? Or should I say, what is the system do you employ? Can you share that? Somebody in the chat asked, and I had a question to that, but I'm just going to ask it just as how it stayed there. Lenky, I don't know, But every time Lenky pause, him go mute. I don't know what happened, Lenky. But we're not hearing you again. Yes, people. All right. So while he's working out his thing, let me just go through. All right, Messam. Sir Sadi, your king alarm loud in the foreground star. Wow. Sometimes we have to have them, Messam. Thank you very much, though. And loud and clear, sir. So you want to go now? Go before you go again here, sir. Come right away.
Yeah, man. While Coach Lenny was here, he played 4-3-3.
Yes.
Yesterday, for the first time, we played 4-2-3-1.
4-2-3-1. Okay. So, based on what you have or what you have seen yesterday, do you think that system you can continue that, or you probably have another plan B, or you will have to change?
Well, I don't really like plan B, but as I said, no, I am not the man in charge, but that is the system I would use, because when you have plan B, you tend not to put all in plan A.
You see, you have a point there, but as a coach, it is your prerogative to use your strengths where they are necessary and to build on them too. But, I ask the question why, because sometimes as coaches, we tend to plan for matches. We know that we train and plan for an upcoming match. And based on the team that you are playing and what you expected, then that's how plan B sometimes comes in. So I do understand your position and so on. But in terms of the quality, we know that you're lacking strikers, because I think I've seen about 2 chances that I believe you could have scored really good chances yesterday.
2 or 3 chances.
Yes, and I believe, I will not say that the player actually lacked quality why they never scored. Sometimes it's just the nature of the game. It happened to the best of us, the best players. But, you need that player to step up when you need him most. Evan Taylor is one name that I have known for a long time in the Premier League. And do you have another or 2 players who you believe you can depend on to step up when things go tough? Senior players of that sort.
Well, I don't think there comes more senior than Evan Taylor. I don't think you can find a more senior player in the Premier League right now than Evan Taylor.
Well, not as senior as him, but you could depend on to say that he has some level of experience and quality, that when things are tough, he will, they will step up.
We have not as senior as Taylor, but we have players there that can step up. I think our number 10 yesterday wasn't having a good game. The number 8, and he wasn't having a good game. So we still lack in some area in terms of people giving us good games. And I said, it's our first game together,
yes.
So I'm not going to, put any pressure on them. But we have players can step up if need be.
Okay, that because it's very important, It's really important, especially for these games that may be very close. And so you need this little gem to just spit out itself. Management, I saw you went on your computer. Do you have any information to share just now based on what you're looking at?
No, I realized that I'm getting something.
All right, sir. Maybe Lenky can spend a little more minutes than Sir Charlie. But Sir Charlie, before you go, yes. Yeah, man, no problem. I'll allow you to go. But I'll give you now, sir, before you go. What do you want to say to the Chapelton faithful or Jamaica in terms of football fans? What are we to expect? Talk to Jamaica, talk to the world, reach Chapelton Maroons.
I would say, for those who might have Maroons. We are back again, and we tend to be better than we started. So I'm asking for Clarendon and Jamaica to, for 100% support behind the Maroons, because we are here for the long haul. We're not here to just come in and just jump out and disappear. We are actually here for the long haul. And as Coach Lenky said, the president decided against staying in the competition because he was prompted by not spectators or anybody, but the ballers themselves were
Yes.
willing to commit themselves and them time to keep the team flag flying high. And we're trying to still get organize ourselves so that we can make Maroon the force to reckon with. So we want Jamaica, Clarendon and Jamaica Maroon to, don't give up on Maroon, support Maroon as much as possible. And just to say that having a coach like Lenky around, it says a lot, because he has a good history behind it, right? And the love that I saw shown to him while we were in St. Anne yesterday, trust me, I heard about it, but I saw it for myself. The players and the spectators from the team in St. Anne, it tells me a lot. It's somebody that they would envy anytime, getting him back in their time. So and we tend to move better as the competition goes on.
Okay. All right. Before you go, so we have a call online, and this is your big defender, Christopher Worrell, aka Bap. Bap, what say you? You're live on the Saudichress Show.
Good night again. No, good morning.
Mix up
Mr.
that.
Charlie, big up yourself, my boss. Lenky, yeah, man. Yeah, Arsenal fans, but I like what I see yesterday from you, knowing that they get a team in like 5 days, 6 days, and I see the work. I see. I can't put my hat to you, Respect, man. Respect, Good going. But me know that you have Charlie behind you, so you can't go wrong, You understand? Yeah, man.
So,
Mr. Sadi,
yes, sir.
a question for you now.
Yes.
As a principal, why you allow kids, boy, if you play netball in school? Why?
You sure you want to ask this question? You sure this is the right place for you to ask that question?
Yeah, man. So me now, Mr. Charlie on the wall to back me. And Lenky.
But I don't think you need backative. I'm not. All right. Listen, I want you to identify and to be clear on the question that you are asked. When you say allow boy Pitney to play netball, you mean play in a netball match at the arena?
No.
What?
Why at PE level at the primary school, they forcing kids to play netball? A boy to play netball. Is netball a unisex sport in Jamaica now?
All right, put it this way. Yes, you can look at it that way. And it's not just about unisex sports. In schools now, and we had this conversation already, let me just let it clear. It is not just physical education. It is called physical education and sports. And whatever the school curriculum offers, then it is expected that the students should participate in these classes. No, this is not. Listen, hold on. Let me finish up. There are few excuses as it relates to non-participation, and these comes as a matter of religious beliefs. Outside of that, if you have a serious issue, you should write or get a letter to the school administration outlining the issues that you have and so on. But anything in the curriculum of the schools, every single student, out barring religious beliefs, they are expected to participate. And I'm saying this, and I'm going to use an example. Right now in schools, most of us went through to schools. We go through prep, basic, primary, and high schools. Some of us, if not most of us here too, probably gone to tertiary level. But the question I'll ask you now, like many of us who did not like math going through to high school or primary school, should we be able to exempt from maths because we don't like it? You hear that, sir?
Me hear that, but you're going on a different line now. You're going on maths and I mean sports overall. Sports with the fan, sports. You know,
all right.
You mean sports me I talk about.
But the sports, that is a subject.
Yeah, but we don't like maths, but we have to do it. We don't like netball, we don't want to play it none at all. So we don't like the subject, so we have to do it. And enough thing we don't like, but we do it, though.
Exactly.
Don't mean I don't like netball. You know, say I switch you on, switch you. I switch you on, switch you early.
I am not switching anywhere. But yeah. Yes, and hold on, Bob. Charlie has to go, and we'll allow him because he has made his final start. We thank him very much for accepting the late invitation, and as usual, share with us all this rich information that we couldn't have learned without such a manager, Charles Killenbeck. Thank you very much, sir, and we hope for you to arrive again as our panelist on this show as we go forward. All the best in the quest of moving forward with the Chapelton Maroons.
All right, blessings.
Maximum respect, man, and thanks. All right. Good. Yes, Bob. So back to you now. People, you see the direction that this man called me about. The overall situation Bob is asking me. And he said that as a principal, why are we forcing students to play netball or to do netball if they don't like it? I'm saying this to you, and this is something that every one of you who are not in education, so to speak, and when I say not in education, you're not teachers or you're not administrators in schools. The fact of the matter, these subject areas are part of the curriculum. And every single child has an equal opportunity, or should get an equal opportunity, to do the subjects that are offered in a school. Now, his thing is that he or his child does not like the situation of the boy doing netball. Good? People, it may sound away, but the reality of things, that netball that he's speaking about, it is coming under the subject physical education and sports. If he's in physical education and sports and netball being taught, let me ask a question. Should the teachers or the school allow him to sit somewhere else or go home while the class is being administered? In your own view, people, isn't it fair that whatever is being taught to one child, that every child should learn? And this is not a situation that the boy has to do netball throughout his career or throughout his school life. No. That's not the point. The point is, the parents and the child does not like netball. The parents believed that netball is a girl's sports. No problem with that if that's your belief. That is how we grown up seeing girls playing netball and boys playing football. Now, for those of you with me who actually go into school in my era and your era, have we ever seen any girls playing football? And football was a man's sport or a boy's sport. Look at where football is now. He also asked the question if netball is a unisex sport. It depending on what you are looking at, but what I can say to you, worldwide, in the netballing world, men or you have male netball teams. I will also say clearly that some of our best coaches, especially here in Jamaica, some of our own successful coaches of netball are males. Regardless of what you believe, that is the reality. A child going to primary school, ladies and gentlemen, should be exposed to all subject areas, barring any political or religious belief. That's my point. We don't change the nature of it. It's just to learn what is happening. Many of you who don't like this netball thing, Bob, I bet you any money you watch netball. Why did you watch? Why are you watching netball? You might tell me you just want to see the girls. You don't need to see the girls because it's a girl sport. Go see girls somewhere else. It's a girl sport, so why watching it? Come on, people. All right. I hope that fits you, Bob. I hope you understand the position. So it's not a situation that it is being forced on a child. That's just the reality of how the school works. And as parents, it's your prerogative to find out the subject areas that your child or your children will be engaged in school. All right? From day one, there are a lot of protocols, there are a lot of policies that parents are expected to sign in agreement with. You can also sign your disagreement. But if you don't have a voice, if you don't put pen to paper to those policies that are there, you need to take a check. Ladies and gentlemen, I rest my case. Good. Thank you very much. Yes, let me get back to the chat. I see a lot of fire coming up. I don't know what these fires are. All right. So, RR netball for boys. Question. Fire 2. It's not netball for boys. The subject, as I said before, again, physical education and sports. So netball is a sporting discipline. So they are learning about netball. All right? We can look all we want and say all we want when you look at this. But at the end of the day, the curriculum must be taught. The curriculum must be executed. And I ask again, when you and I were going to school, how many of us seen girls playing football? Tell me. If you, at your school, listen to me carefully, at your school, from the mid-90s and earlier, if you have girls playing football or football being taught to girls in your school, share that with me. Share that with me, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Good. So, hey, Sir Charlie. Yeah. There way. Clear up your argument, my G. The general don't allow that term. No day at all, Sir Cutty. All right. Trevor Whittick. Bob, go on your bed. No politics on the program. All right. Me clear him up. So I guess him gone big time now. Never to come back. I hope I not catch him. All right. RR. Sir Messi, I'm trying to find out if why I can't hear of a top striker out of Clarendon. Oh Lord. You're talking about Clarendon schools or Clarendon League? Alright. It's physical education and sports. Thank you, Tyreek. Big up yourself. Yeah, man. Clear it for me now. Don't understand. Listen, when they brought it to me about netball, I just go to lower court to sell bicycle drive. So it's a mess up. They had suggested to you already. In this modern era, we kind of know the agenda. What is pushing on the Eastern Hemisphere. I don't know what agenda you're talking about, I really don't know. But the fact is, gentlemen, you have to look at the wider picture. Education, that's all about. And I'm saying, if you're uncomfortable with your child participating in any activity at school, whether it won't be extracurricular or the curriculum, you could write to the school administration, have a meeting with them, and share your views. Not a problem. All right? I think I've missed a few in the chat. Let me get. So people, remember, Coach Lenky has gone too. Charlie would have asked to leave, and we have to leave well. We really thank them very, very much for coming and sharing with us the new look of the Chapelton Maroons. Based on what happened over the past week and a half, it was really, really good and entertaining that we saw Chapelton played on TV yesterday evening. They have represented themselves very, very well. I've seen some little things, and trust me, it's all over the Premier League. The Premier League is not there yet. Good, but that's the nature of the game, people. All right. So we're saying that next week, Sunday, they have another game. The Chapelton Maroons. I think they play who again? I'll get that in a little while. And, with that in mind, though, people, we must acknowledge the importance, yes, of collaboration and good communication. We must acknowledge the collaboration and good communication. And I must say, what had happened what would you say now? Chapelton Maroons, as the manager said, that they have seen one of the quickest or the fastest sanctions being handed down, after the situation. But, that's how it is. And we want to really acknowledge that aspect of, what would I say, rules and regulation. It has been very, very heartwarming when you hear, of how this unfolds. But the reality is that, people will have to be more proactive. And I'm happy that Sir Charlie has, been a part of the Chapelton Maroon as manager, and will create a good structure for the team going forward, people. It's very, very important. So let me try my best to see what the fixture for this will be out for the next set of game. So for those who were not aware, people, the games that played yesterday, let me just give you the score lines. So yesterday, interestingly, out of Clarendon, people, very, very interesting news. I must say congratulations to Coach Rhoda Dixon and Veer United, who have their very first victory of the campaign, and they beat Falkland 1-0. Now Falkland is being battered left, right and center. Remember, Falkland and Chapelton Maroons have been promoted to the Premier League this season, and have since Falkland have not won a single game. There, we're on the same side where they have not won a game before yesterday. So they have beaten the weakest team in the competition, but yet still, the week before we see that Falkland drew with Arnett Gardens in Arnett Gardens. So again, thumbs up to Rhoda Dixon. You have felt the very first winning feeling. And thank you very much. Clarendon is on the run. I think yesterday as well, Humble Lion unfortunately lost 1-0 to league leaders Mount Pleasant. And Mount Pleasant also play with a one man short. It was red card. One player was red carded in that game. You know, interestingly, some very interesting news came out of that Mount Pleasant game, but not for this show. Just saying, you know, it was really a game that both coaches felt that the game was poor. Both Theodore Whitmore and Humble Lion coach, what's his name again, felt that the game was very poor. No team had lots of opportunity or clear opportunities to score. However, the leading goal scorer, Stewart from Mount Pleasant, stepped up to find the back of the net very late in the match, giving them a 1-0 lead. As you heard before, Dumble Holding and Chapelton, they drew 0-0. Montego Bay United and Tivoli. So Tivoli Gardens has actually created a big a 3-0 batter of Montego Bay United. Montego Bay United have not been doing so good either. But Tivoli, they were in and around that mid-table area as well. So the much needed win to Tivoli, 3-0 over Montego Bay United. Waterhouse and Portmore drew 1-1. And people, that was the very first match that was played at Waterhouse for the season at Jerusalem. So they were ready to host matches, and they are ready now to host matches. Unfortunately, that match drew 1-1 with Portmore and Waterhouse. There were 2 games on today. Not sure of those scores. Blacks, can you update us with some scores? It was Harbour View and those games we have. Let me see. The games today, earlier, the early game, which Mullines versus Cavalier at 5, and Harbour View and Arnett Garden played in the late game. So not sure of the actual scores. It seems to me though that Arnett would have stepped up. Alright, so trying to get the late score. The Harbour View, still not seeing that late score. But not seeing the late score, people. But right now, the fixture or the point standing, Mount Pleasant still leading on, 27 points. That was yesterday. So that Cavalier game, I've not yet seen the results, would have been second place. So as soon as we get an updated standing, I will share with you if you have not yet seen it, which I believe some of you would have. All right. So the Premier League yesterday, that was so much along with today. There's something that I want to discuss, which I don't do much, people, but in the Premier League, the English Premier League, as I mentioned earlier in the show, that Frank Lampard was sacked by Everton. Again, such a bad news for a young coach, as this has been his second sacking in the Premier League. And it's really unfortunate, but that's just the nature of the game. But I can't understand, though, how Liverpool is comfortable with their coach right now. Jurgen Klopp have not been able to improve his team since September. Jurgen Klopp is unable to improve the standard of Liverpool playing since September. And it doesn't matter how you look at it, people. It doesn't matter how you look at it. The fact of the matter is, the team has lost the energy that they have. It's basically the same players, give and take some injuries. But the midfielders were the same midfielders there, dear. We have Mo Salah, one of the deadliest strikers in the Premier League for the past couple of years. The defense line were there until Van Dijk got injured. So, it's not like you get a new team like Coach Lenkirai. And this is big business. Liverpool is by far one of the biggest clubs in England. One of the most successful clubs. And they are able to stick with Jurgen Klopp, who have lost the energy too. Even the confidence. Jurgen Klopp also lacks confidence. When you listen or watch his press conferences prior to the game, you realize that there is little or no confidence. People, what I will say, I am a Liverpool fan, and not because we are doing so bad, because I don't bring these things to my bed. I don't really bring out these things. I mean, the match play and done, that's it. It's not me. I support a team, but I don't get so much into that level. All right, RR? RR, call them girl, tomboy, play football in my time. All right, sir? You hear how them deal with people in the West? Is formation and system the same, sir? Listen, those two terms are interchangeable, you hear? Based on a coach or based on a team. Those, I can tell you though, from my perspective, formation is in the system. Alright? The formation can be the system. So, as I said, they are interchangeable. Alright. So, as I was saying, Jurgen Klopp, I don't see what I do to deserve him job right now at Liverpool. And people, just remember this, that Saudi said this on the Saudichress Show. Remember tonight, remember the date, the 30th of January 2023, 11 minutes past 10, no, that's not right, 10:30 by the way. 10:30, 2 to be exact. If Jurgen Klopp continue to coach Liverpool at the end of this season, Liverpool will finish 15th in the table. I bet you any dollar. Just remember that. Take me to task. No, there are some other teams, people, you can understand. The teams that don't have the quality of players. But yet still, you can see what they are doing. I have not watched a Liverpool match for the longest while because I have said to my friends, I will not waste, or should I say, buy my time to watch Liverpool play. And it's before they start doing so badly. Reason being, how I see Jurgen Klopp managing. Jurgen Klopp, to me, lost it. The man don't have the will, he don't have the energy. He just can't motivate the players anymore. That's what I am seeing. Why him not let me go? So, if I am home and having nothing to do, I will watch it. But if there is something else, I will not buy that time to watch Liverpool play. Hush, sorry, that's just me. Everton. Oh boy. At some point, people, it looks like Everton would have made it. Right? But we don't know. So the transfer window is basically almost closed now in Europe or England, so to speak. It's deadline day, and there's a lot of business going on and last minute transfer on deadline day. All right, there's a lot of speculation of who will get who, where would go for, and so on and so forth. But Chelsea, people, Chelsea, the blue team out of London, has been purchasing players left, right, and center. Where them are doing so much player? Better give Liverpool some. But Chelsea is a team like this. I think Chelsea is one of the clubs that has the most players in the world. Yes, and you hear me say? In the world. Chelsea have a lot of players who they loan out. Yes, man, a whole lot of players who they loan out. So them have players. I've seen here where they say Chelsea is still pushing to seal a British record, for Enzo Fernandez. My God. You hear that? A British record. Let me see what that British record is. Where's that British record? So let me go to Chelsea. All right. Close to signing Enzo Fernandez from Benfica. Will rival Liverpool for Wolves. Wow, Matheus Nunes in the summer. You hear that, people? All right. Who would go for Chelsea? Who will Chelsea sell in order to put in some of these players? Because they have been purchasing left, right, and center, and nobody leaves. But according to the Mail coming out of England, there are some players who they believe they could sell. Some believe they could sell Jorginho. Some believe that they could sell Gallagher. Zeech. I think that he could sell or go on loan. So, and they still have some other fringe players who they could offload. Yes. But the leaders, Arsenal, though, very impressive. Arsenal, strangely, is inquiring about Jorginho, Whoa. Interested. So, those are some things. Let me see the other big clubs, so-called big clubs. So, Liverpool people, they want midfielders from all over. I know they want this guy from Dortmund, this English player, Jude Bellingham. But I don't think they will get him in this transfer window. They are looking in the summer. But one thing I am sure, that money that they'll have to pay for him, Liverpool will not buy that man at this very present owner, No, sir. All right, so RR coming back. Man win it all. Need fresh minds. What you talking about, RR there? Where's the man win it all? Who? And need fresh minds. Clear that for me now. Let me see if we can start that level of discussion. All right? So, Man City. Really? They want a left back? My God. So who they want to sell now? Really want to sell Cancelo? Well, what I heard is that Cancelo may well be going to Bayern Munich on a loan spell. Yes. So Man United continue to hey, Man United a shop too, you know. Yeah, man. Man United a shop, but they need to offload some players before they can shop. You know, much more interested. But all the teams, yes, are in the market on deadline days. So let's see what really happened or what will happen. I think one of the biggest losers, though, in terms of club, who would suffer is Brighton. If they are unable to hold on to their dangerous midfielder, Concedo, who Arsenal are pushing to get, you know, I think they will lose that one. The fact that why Arsenal are using him, man, why when they are winning, man, everybody want to jump on your wagon in Arsenal. Every single one. So they have just bought that player from Brighton. What's his name again? That striker. Looking good. Very interesting. Very, very attacking player. Good youth. So Arsenal really splashing the cash on some very good players this time around. All right. So these are just deadline day issues, gentlemen, and you know that, you know, many English clubs trying to do business, and doesn't matter what my team does. I don't see any good business coming out of that. All right. So Gunners are on fire. I'm telling you, big man, Gunners are on fire. Remember, people, that I have crowned Arsenal the Premier League champion already. I crowned them. So let me see what's happening. People, we only have 3 minutes to the end of this show. And for what it's worth, again, I want to take the time out. Dead leg. Which team you support again? Let me see if I see him, same team, me and you depend. Mr. George, you not have dead leg. Well, guess what? You can kick a good penalty, or a tricky penalty, that is. Maybe that's what Arsenal want right now. Klopp and LFC. What about Klopp and LFC? What's your take? What's your take on Klopp and LFC, my boss? All right. So again, we take the time out to really say it was a very good night, a very, very good one. And we want to big up our sponsors: Peabody Pass Adrenaline Ballers Association, Toad and Nose Heating and Cooling System, Dallas Fine Cut Barbering. Yes, we want to say pick up yourself, Mr. Chairman. Taste of the Island Restaurant, you know, that's coming out of St. Petersburg. Leo Packer Anderson. Solid Rock Block Factory, that's out of Mapen, managed by Fitzroy Wazim Thomas. Deja Vu Retro Party, Chris Williams, the man they call Short Boss. Pick up yourself. Satisfaction Entertainment and Electronics, coming from Young Stewart there in Ochi Royals. Juki's Shipping, out of New York, managed by Michael Latti. Aldi's VIP Services, coming out of Colorado, managed by Damian Hines. Basil, man they call Conway Gill, coming out of Queens. Gregory Messam, pick up yourself. These are some of our sponsors, ladies and gentlemen, and we continue to say thanks to them as they continue to do the very good work. Again, people, this is where we leave you tonight. Thank you very much again to join the Saudichress Show. Thank you very much for staying the course with us. Thank you very much for your participation, much needed participation. And this is where we look forward to see you another night on the Saudichress Show. But please remember, joining us on Wednesday, where we look at education. We will have a very, very interesting and young principal who is vying, or should I say nominee, for the Principal of the Year 2022. People, please join us on Wednesday, where we share lots of educational content on this, your preferred YouTube channel, the Saudichress Show. This is where we say good night and all the best to you. If you have not yet liked the channel or liked the show, please do so before you go. If you have not yet subscribed, you may do so as well. Ladies and gentlemen, please